So to finish out the Fallout 4 news, apparently Bethesda hit up id Software and said, hey, help us get the gunplay down right for Fallout 4.
I mean, why not? It's the same company, so why not go right next door and actually ask people who know how to make a first-person shooter?
Right. So this should really make the gunplay feel authentic.
Well, I think that it needed to, especially from where they're taking out the time paused bats. If everything is going to stay in real time, you need your hitboxes correct. You know what I mean? You need to be able to actually kill stuff. Like,
there's nothing more fun than that on Fallout 3 when you're sneaking along in a ridge and you're just lining up that sniper shot and you shoot the nothingness right in front of you. Oh, great!
Yeah,
something like a square text box there.
Exactly.
Right. Where that rock you were laying on was finished.
Right.
So yeah, that can do, and it won't be anything but good for it.
Yes, it'll definitely make the game even better. Oh, can't wait.
I don't know a lot of details about that, but for a game company to go to somebody who does it better and ask for help, I'm going to give them some props on that, because you won't see a lot of game companies that do that. They'll collaborate if they think they can get money out of it, not just because it's going to improve the game quality for, fans of the series. So.
Right.
Welcome home.
Deus Ex title. Always trip over saying that damn thing. Mankind Divided. It's going to be, as far as I can tell, the first DirectX 12 game. So we'll probably see some really shiny things happen.
Hopefully we see some crazy particle effects.
Right. Of course, now if you don't have a DirectX 12 video card, you're
or Windows 10.
Or Windows 10, yes. So, I mean, it's a cool announcement, but
some stringent requirements.
Sometimes you just have to let go and embrace what you've become. Darkness must end.
So, new IP from Ubisoft, For Honor. Sounds like it's going to be a really cool game.
Anything's with ninjas is cool.
Well, I mean, except for it's coming from Ubisoft.
Is this the one that's got the samurai?
Samurai, the knights, and the Vikings.
Right.
So there's no ninjas.
Oh, I thought that it was one of the things.
No, well,
samurais, okay.
Ninjas, and we were just talking about.
Well, samurais that I was thinking
well,
about.
see, ninjas, if you want to dive into the Japanese culture, ninjas were considered a very dishonorable thing to use. But they did get used.
What I'm saying
Which
is singing
is
Pirates and Ninja DLC.
Well, right.
There you go.
Hey.
And this is Ubisoft.
I'll charge for that.
Right.
And honestly, I mean, as far as it seems like there's not a lot of guns involved in this game.
No.
It's going to be mostly melee. I will say I enjoyed the swordplay from, I think it was Assassin's Creed 3.
Okay.
I felt like they had the most of all the Assassin's Creed that I've played, which is all of them.
Felt fluid.
It felt the most fluid and the most responsive when you were trying to counter people and block and things like that. Like the newer one, I think isn't as good. So I'll be interested to see how they tweak it because it'll most likely be same engine, I'd say.
That's a good point.
Well, if it's a new IP, they might actually try something new.
Well, that's true too,
Yeah,
and which would be awesome as well because they've got experience on a swordplay type game.
As long as they're like Bethesda and go ask them for help.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
assuming
they're
it's
doing
made
it
from different
themselves. Well, yeah, they have a couple of different teams, but
But you'd like to tell us about them all.
Yeah. Well, Square's got the same problem.
I just wonder, is it because anytime that I think of swordplay, I always go back to the old game Bushido Blade.
Oh, wow.
Exactly, because that, you get the one kill shot. That's all you needed. You know what I mean?
Right,
just because it was very realistic. So I wonder if it's going to be set up like that because I've been waiting for something like that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they have maybe an arcade mode and then a more realistic hardcore mode like what we're talking about.
Yeah, but then you're going to have to get into the armor too because
some
of those dudes had some pretty heavy duty armor.
Well, that's true. But then again, that would be one of the advantages of being that faction.
Right, right.
So.
Vikings all the way. Just I don't care. I'm gonna play.
I'm with you. I'm with the Vikings. Yeah.
So Apple TV is trying to make a push. Well, Apple, I should say, is trying to make a push into gaming, mobile gaming, with the newest version of Apple TV. But there's a little bit of a controversy in that they're forcing Siri remote support for the games for this new Apple TV. So the idea is to use the Siri remote like using the Wiimote.
Yeah, maybe they should ask Nintendo how that played out for them.
I don't know. I don't know if I can take Apple that serious when it comes to any type of gaming.
they're not-
And that's the problem because, with that, who's their competitor though? Yeah.
Which is out of business.
Well, they got bought by
it's gone.
some
Right.
Razer owns OEM.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. I forgot they did get
You
sued.
know,
We'll see what they do with it anyways.
Well, just
There's
mobile games are ruining gaming.
Yeah.
It's destroying it.
I think a lot of people, I'm not going to say they outright laughed, but like, really, Apple? I mean,
Yeah.
if they made a serious, effort, I mean, they did release a console way back in the day that flopped. I can't remember the name of it now, but they did make an Apple game
There's
console.
a reason you can't remember that.
Right, right.
Well, the times are different though, and Apple has a different fan base now.
New game, Late Night Shop. Catch with this game is you're being followed by mannequins, but you can't really tell if the mannequins are following you until you stop looking
I'm
at
shooting
them.
everything. Do I
Turn
have
around.
No, that's it. It's not. You have no weapons or anything. You're just trying. It's a
I'm gonna
stealth
Jackie
escape
Chan and make a
game.
weapon out of anything I find.
Jackie Chan.
But
I
like,
don't think
'cause
that's the right
the
person.
cool thing about it is that
MacGyver.
No, not MacGyver. He comes up with stuff to disarm bombs.
right.
You
I'm
mean
talking
clocks?
Jackie Chan uses whatever's in his environment to whoop somebody's ass.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Try to correct me on my references.
Well,
No,
I'm
no.
sorry. No, you're fine. So, but you don't have any weapons.
No,
There's nothing.
And this would probably be
So
a
you
perfect
just
game
are-
for VR too.
Or walking around in a department store late at night. Is that
Trying
what it
to
is?
trying to basically get out. Like it's still in its pre-alpha phase right now, so it's still.
Well, it's an interesting idea. I mean, who
Yeah.
hasn't thought about what would happen if you got locked in a
Because
store?
what happens with the mannequins, the way
Especially
the
the
big mechanic of it is that they only move when you're not looking at them.
Oh, so they're weeping angels.
Yes.
But
yes,
the
they
thing
are.
about it is, what
Okay.
they've added is that your character blinks. So the
Which is something you should not do.
But so obviously there are going to be times that the mannequins are going to all be able to
Right.
move towards you.
Right.
So it's if you watch the trailer, as I'm sure it
That's
was playing at this
interesting.
moment,
That's an interesting
then
idea.
it's some scary, especially if it wasn't a VR setting. Like it's the perfect
Oh,
game for
We're
it.
going to see more
I
of
do
this.
want to play that. It makes me want to play
And
Yeah.
when VR becomes more adopted, we're going to see the horror genre blow up because
But
that
I
would be
mean-
the perfect setting for a VR
I make the
game.
Weeping Angels reference, but honestly, I mean, if you go back and ask Doctor Who fans, some
Oh,
of the
yeah.
most terrifying villains and what would you not want to come up against in real life? The Weeping Angels are
Yes.
almost at the top of the list, if not the top of the list.
It's one of their
So,
more popular episodes.
Yeah, I mean, well, and they've been in a few episodes, so
Right.
I could easily see that freaking people out if they were immersed in that type of setting. You don't even have to be immersed; you just turn the lights out.
Right.
The
Done.
old school Resident Evil,
Yeah.
that game, and you're gonna be freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be good. So, got a bit of some Konami news here. I'm going to first start out with poking a little fun with Metal Gear Solid 5 and one of their DLC packs. Horse armor.
It begs the question of like, do they know the history of the horse armor? Like,
What's
I
the
don't
pricing
know
of
the
it?
history of
$19.99.
it really begs.
I feel like I should know, and I like have this hint of remembering something about horse armor.
Peter
Bethesda.
Molyneux.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there's that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that was the first one. Was Fable? Fable's horse armor.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then there's Oblivion's famous horse armor.
Oh. I always think of
It's basically a
Fables.
super overpriced DLC.
Yeah.
They absolutely know.
These were like one of the first DLCs that ever came out.
Gotcha.
It's like they were still trying to find where the price
Right, how
was
much
that
you
people
should
were going to
something you should
for
pay
it.
like $2 for. They charged $15.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of think maybe they could have like a Deadpool turn there if they have enough fans who are adamant and supported on the internet to get these guys together. Who knows what could happen? Because Deadpool was a no-go until the trailer, the leaked footage came out, and the director and the studio, they've all come out and said this movie would not have been made if it wasn't for the fans and the internet. So it's very possible that you could get some collaborations like that back if the demand is there.
And I think it would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, because, they're two great visionaries, so...
Well,
Yeah.
And they're both crazy.
Right.
I mean, we already know Kojima's crazy, and Del Toro's crazy in like the dark way.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And they're crazy like a fox.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Like a gray fox.
we'll have to see how that plays out. But I still can't believe no more Konami games.
Yeah,
No.
but I don't think you've seen the last of their big IPs. They're gonna-
Well, we hope we haven't.
I don't know. I think
I hope for your world, but
not for my world. Because,
Well, where they still lease them out.
I
they still
haven't
get
played
them.
the last couple of Metal Gears,
I haven't
but
either.
Wow.
or the Silent Hills. I mean, I played some of the earlier
I'll
ones.
say the
but I'm
footage
not
I see of
gonna
the
be-
new one makes me want to play the Metal Gear.
Well,
I want to send people up on a balloon into the sky. That
Well,
shit looks hilarious.
But the thing about it is though is that if it's not coming from Konami, will they be the same quality?
That's true, too.
You know what I mean?
That's
Not that
right.
necessarily they're quality games, but anytime that you have a new person doing an old IP, hence the Tomb Raider thing we were talking about earlier, it
Tomb
can very well
Raider,
go to
Gears
a totally
Judgment.
new direction.
I mean, there's been there was another one that I was going to say that switched people, and I can't remember.
I was gonna say Halo was one
Yeah,
of them.
Halo I think was who I-
343
yeah,
Studios.
Bungie to 343.
Well, and something else to consider too is, from what country would this other party be
Right.
from? Because if we get another Japanese developer, taking a Konami IP to make it, their release, versus somebody from the West over here taking
Yeah.
it, you'll see a difference.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
It'll be a totally different game.
It'll be
Yes.
interesting to see what happens.
Yeah. Konami, come back.
Right,
We
we'll
miss you already.
Well, that about wraps up this week's episode of Around the Mic.
All right, go, go, go.